our partners in the Freeport business community, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon to all of you. Before I get started with a recital of sorts about our agency's performance in 2009, let me first congratulate the newly inducted set of officers of the Chamber. I also would like to greet the Chamber on the celebration of its 15th anniversary and thank its officers and members for conducting this yearly activity, which we now call the State of the Freeport Address, or SOFA. The Chamber invited Armand and me to deliver our first ever SOFA in 2006, a little over a year after we had gotten our feet wet here in Subic. We readily accepted the invitation as a great opportunity to update our locators and community on what we have done, what was going on, and what we plan to do next. So Armand and I decided to divide the task. I would take care of the past, that is, reporting on the SBMA's previous year's performance, while he would talk about the future, meaning our plans and prospects or where we're headed. And that's how it has been since then. So let me get started with my share of work and report the developments of the past year as far as the SBMA is concerned. For 2009, SBMA generated $206 million in terms of committed investments. That's $206 million US. This total includes new prospects valued at $182 million and expansion projects worth more than $23 million. Compared to 2008, however, we suffered a 17% drop in committed investments last year due to the spillover effect of the global recession from 2008 to 2009. Of course, we could console ourselves with the fact that the investment pledges of one investment promotion agency shrunk by more than 56% last year. But despite the overall decline in investment pledges in the country in 2009, Trade and Industry Secretary Peter Pavila said that investments came in, and I quote, at reasonable levels, end of quote. But the real consolation on the part of the SBMA lies in the fact that the 17% drop in committed investments here can be considered a remarkable improvement compared to the 85% decrease that was recorded in 2008. So, we would like to thank and welcome the companies behind the 176% approved new investment projects in the Freeport. Among them are Ayala Land and Ocean 9 Philcor, Tunji Shipping, Philip Morris, and Petroleum Corp. With the entry of these new investments last year, approved investment projects in Subic Bay Freeport Zone have reached a total of 1,348 since 1992. We are particularly grateful and elated too that in spite of the global downturn, some of our existing locators have decided to infuse additional investments here. Among them are the Philippine Coastal Storage and Pipeline Corporation, the Mega Subic Terminal, Nisera, and Koryo Subic. We consider the entry of new investments, projects, and the expansion of several existing ones a resounding vote of confidence and a reflection of the positive investment climate here. Aside from generating investments, of course, SBMA is equally mandated to create employment. As big names in business and industry around the world announce layoffs by the tens of thousands, projected jobs from new investments and expansion projects, in our case, increased by almost 17% from 2008 levels. There was 17% growth in investments. Total active workforce, however, dipped slightly by 0.3% or 1/3 of 1% or 276 workers. 7 of the Freeport top 10 biggest employers were in the maritime sector, while 3 others that completed the first list were from the electronics manufacturing industry. Among the Freeport's biggest employers in 2009 were Nidec Subic with 2,353 employees, Sanyo Dengi with 2,221 employees, Subic Shipbuilder with a total of 1,843 employees, and Winstron, which hired a total of 1,692 employees. These companies, along with the rest of our top 10 employers, accounted for almost 20% of the Freeport's total active workforce. We consider these companies, as well as the rest of our locators, as our partners in the task of employment generation. Industry-wise, the services sector maintained the biggest manpower employment on 2009, accounting for almost 45% of the Freeport's total workforce, while the shipbuilding and maritime sector made up almost 29%. The services sector is expected to keep the lead in employment generation in the coming years, as the SBMA intensifies its focus on making Subic a major service and logistics hub. We're also heartened to note that our job generation efforts continue to provide employment not only to those in nearby communities, but also those from other places. In fact, while some 75% of Freeport workers last year were from Olongapo, Bataan, and other parts of Zambales, almost 25% came from the National Capital Region, Pampanga, Tarlac, and other provinces.